This is Tim Bryce with my column titled, What is the New Normal? A good friend of mine recently told me he has given up on sports for the foreseeable future. This was a bit startling as I knew him to be an ardent fan of Major League Baseball, the NFL, the National Hockey League, and various college sports for many years. However, he gave up on the NBA years ago. He contends the interest in sports was beaten out of him by the news media, COVID-19, and the politicizing of sports. He is so disgusted with it, he won't even read the sports section in the local newspaper anymore. It is that bad. Frankly, I couldn't argue with him as there are many such changes happening all around us, which is commonly referred to as the new normal. To take this further, on the highways there is no cooperation or courtesy, just individualism leading to angst and hostilities on the road. Instead of paying attention to the road, people are more concerned with texting and talking on their smartphones. Consequently, people clog the express lane, the left lane, and weave in and out of traffic or ride the bumper of the car in front of them. Anything to get ahead, not wait your turn. This is the new normal on our roadways. Customer service is a fallacious concept. There is no longer any sense of keeping the customer happy in order to retain the customer's business, which may lead to additional sales. Nobody cares. It's now a matter of processing the sale as fast as possible and let the customer fight afterwards with voicemail, jail, and the internet. In stores, we now look like hooded thugs. No smiles, no pleasantries, no nothing. The new normal for customer service is look out for number one, meaning the company, leaving the customer to avoid stepping in number two. News is depressing. Many have stopped watching it on television or reading it through official news sources. Not only is a lot of it repetitive, it is predictable as to how it will be interpreted or spun. Consequently, it has lost its integrity and legitimacy. The fact we no longer trust the news is another new normal by which we live by. In our urban areas, gun violence is on the rise, as is thuggish behavior, arson, and looting. In the nation's capital, the rhetoric in Congress is much more visceral and gridlock is commonplace. This, too, is the new normal. Basic courtesy is from a bygone era, such as holding a door open for someone, saying please and thank you, extending a helping hand, and basic charity. All are rapidly fading into the past as evidenced by a dwindling number of places of worship and nonprofit charities. This will only grow worse as schools are closing in observance of Corona-19 and the politics of teachers' unions. Without schools, children will grow more dependent on technology, and their socialization skills will further deteriorate. This, too, is part of the new normal. The Corona-19 virus is causing people to become somewhat introverted. They hide in houses and avoid human contact of any kind. In addition, companies are no longer allowed to conduct business as usual. Not only does this hurt sales, but it also hinders teamwork, as people are now asked to work from home. All of this, of course, affects our socialization skills. In addition to Corona-19, the cause of the new normal is actually based on a combination of several things, such as declining moral values, an irresponsible media, politics, and a reliance on technology to do the thinking for us. Unfortunately, it showcases the negative side of the human spirit, such as hate, jealousy, spite, greed, and a disregard for cooperation, courtesy, and respect. The new normal is abnormal to those of us who remember the go-go years of the 20th century. In fact, it is rather depressing. Interestingly, cases of anxiety and depression have been steadily increasing prior to 2020, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it spike in this election year. The new normal is not about something as banal as tattoos, body piercings, orange hair, or vernacular. It is about our ability to socialize effectively, something that is radically declining as we are asked to choose sides in political ideology. It is a callous attitude regarding our fellow human beings and an egocentric view of our perceived individual importance. No, the new normal does not include cooperation, sacrifice, teamwork, or friendliness, but rather it involves confrontation, combativeness, ridicule, selfishness, and a sense of entitlement. So where did this come from? Look no further than the baby boomers who failed at raising their children responsibly, along with the media and far left who have been trying to change our moral values for years. I would like to believe our attitudes will change following the November 3rd election, that we will somehow snap out of it. But I know this simply will not happen. Everything is drifting on the wind. Our choice is rather simple. We either accept the new normal and allow the country to chart a new course, or reject it by saying enough is enough and take on the task of correcting it. Understand this. It is not so much what the older generation wants to do. It is ultimately up to the younger generation. All the elders can do is offer advice and vote. Friends, keep the faith. This is Tim Bryce in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follow me on the internet at timbryce.com.